All right, so here we are talking about what it means to be created in the image of God. And I've been working on these videos to keep us all online and all in the same space, moving forward for this sermon series because we had some technical difficulties on Sunday, and just wanting to make sure that you all were able to at least have some idea as to what Sunday's sermon was about. So we've talked about what it means to be created in the image of God and why that matters. We've talked about how being created in the image of God means that God has created us to be productive workers, to be those who understand that our job matters. No matter what our job is, it matters. And so this morning I wanted to talk simply about one more aspect of what it means to be created in the image of God. So here was the third point from Sunday's sermon. Being created in the image of God means that God created us to fill the world, fill the earth with godly offspring. We can see that in the Genesis 2 passage as we see God telling Adam and Eve, his creation, to go and to fill the earth, to produce offspring and to fill the earth. And so, listen, for believers, this is sort of a countercultural idea even. The U.S. birth rate is dropping rapidly. In 2019, 25 of the 50 states had more deaths than births. There are people who are struggling with whether they should have children right now or whether they should have children at all. And there are people who are struggling with the fact that having children means they're not able to do what they want to. And so as believers, we find ourselves under this obligation, this mandate, this creation mandate to go forth and to fill the earth. And for us as believers, that means that we are to fill the earth with godly offspring, that it is God's desire for his people to procreate, to have children, but not just to have children, but to raise children, and not just to raise children, but to raise children in the Lord in a way that they are flourishing, that your home is flourishing. Our homes are like gardens that we tend, that we cultivate, and so we have this opportunity to produce offspring and then to raise them in the knowledge of the Lord and to grow them up in what it means to be a disciple, what it means to follow God, what it means to know and to love him and to be a disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ. So here's the application for this morning. Most of the people that are listening to me probably have children, but if not, if you're married but you don't have kids yet, then I hope that a part of your desire for your life with your husband or your wife is that one day you would have a child or have children that you might train up in the ways of the Lord. Also, for those who are unable to have children, I understand that this is a difficult thing. Personally, we've walked through this. We know what it means to not physically be able to have children, but I'll just remind you that there are other ways to have boys and girls in your home. We have had the lovely opportunity to adopt and to raise children in a less conventional way, I suppose, but in a way that's been just as sweet and just as beautiful. And so even though your body might be fighting against this cultural mandate, you can still have children and you can still raise them. And there's another way as well. Maybe for you, producing godly offspring, it will not be physically, but it will be spiritually. And that's just as important as well, that we take the time to raise up those who are new believers or those who are not yet believers, and to disciple them and to encourage them and to help them grow in the Lord. In all of these ways, we are fulfilling God's command on our life. We are helping the world to flourish with a kingdom mindset, and we are helping to see the world know and understand God in a more deeper, intimate way. So listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I want you to understand that a part of being created in God's image is being a people who procreate, who have children, and who raise those children. And so, listen, if you have boys and girls at home, I want to encourage you to spend time with them in the Word, spend time with them talking about what it means to follow God, spend time helping them to understand the truth of the gospel. And if you don't have children in your home, then find another way to raise godly offspring by discipling new or young believers who you can raise up in the Lord. Well, all of these things, working for the Lord, having children for the Lord, and just understanding that being created in the image of God matters. All of these things were a big part of our Sunday sermon, and I hope that just by going through them quickly, you'll take away how this may work out in your life. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you this Sunday, and maybe our technology will work then. See you soon.